Okay, let's move on to Missouri. Their win total set at 5.5, 6-7 a year ago, 3-5 in conference. F plus had them as the 73rd team in the country a year ago, number 59 on offense, number 101 on defense. SP plus projects them to be number 52 in the country this year, number 44 on offense, which is a slight step up from a year ago, and then number 63 on defense, which would be a pretty significant step up from last year. Eli Drinkwitz entering his third season. The quarterback will be Brady Cook. He recently won the job. But also look out for freshman Sam Horn at some point. I don't believe he was an early enrollee, so that probably plays into just the fact that he didn't really – I don't know that he was really close to winning the job this fall. But you do think because he was a fairly high-ranked recruit, maybe he finds a way to get some playing time later in the year. Anyway, they feel good about Brady Cook right now. They did lose to running back Tyler Beatty, who was a huge part of their offense. They replaced him with a Stanford transfer, Nathaniel Pete. Probably a slight step down there, I would guess, just because Tyler Beatty was pretty good. Pretty good group of receivers, including obviously the true freshman five-star Luther Burden, who the number one ranked receiver in the country, chose Mizzou. Huge get for them. The other side of the ball, that's where it gets a little interesting. Their defense was absolute trash last year. They returned most of their starters on defense, which, I mean, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. I just have a lot of mixed feelings about this Mizzou team because they're recruiting very well. They brought in their top 20 class last year, and
Yeah.
you feel good about certain aspects of this team, and you feel really bad about others. At least that's how I feel. What do you feel?
I hope their offense is fun. Like, I really hope that Brady Cook and Luther Burden really have a great connection. It starts clicking. But Luther Burden has pressure, man. He has to come in day one and be the guy. He has to be an absolute difference maker for them as a true freshman in the SEC. I think that's tough to do. You're going to be going up really good against really good corners. I mean, pretty much every week. Yeah, I'm with you on the defense though. It was not great. It wasn't great. It didn't turn out well for him last year. I think they're going to have an ability to be sneaky this year. I think with Missouri, their non-conference is not that difficult. So we look at the number. I have number at 5. Is that what you have as well?
I have 5.5.
Okay.
You want to double check that? I thought you said you had 5.5 earlier.
Did I? Okay. I have 5 or 5.5. Sorry.
Okay.
I can get either one.
Okay.
Yeah. So Louisiana Tech, Kansas State, Abilene Christian, and New Mexico State is the non-conference. Right. And you do get to play Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
by just saying that should be 5 wins. Okay. You were able to list off 5 teams that okay, we're probably more talented than them.
Let's do a show bet. Let's do a show bet. I'm taking Kansas State straight up in that game.
Are you? Okay, fine. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
I'll take Missouri to win that one. You go Kansas State. I'm going to lean over on Missouri. I think I'm going to take the number at 5 and go slightly over. 5 and 7 probably more likely than anything else. But there's a chance they go 6-6. There's a chance they sneak up, maybe get a South Carolina and Arkansas. Possibly they have a home game where Arkansas goes to them. That's kind of sneaky. Let's just say that. Let's just for the sake of it, let's just say that Missouri has a little bit of a better defense this year and can maybe pull some of these out.
So I'm going to go under. I'm going to take the 5.5 number. I actually feel pretty good about it. I feel like they might be a 4-8 team because I see 4 wins, then I see 8 games where they're kind of a clear underdog in my opinion. South Carolina maybe is more of a toss-up, but I feel a lot better about South Carolina overall.
No, I agree.
And the Kansas State game, they might run for 400 yards against Mizzou. I don't know, man. I kind of miss the days when Mizzou came to the SEC and was winning the division and was just really good. Their defensive line for a while there was ridiculous. Their receiving core was ridiculous for a while. I just liked those teams. They weren't national title contenders necessarily, but they were good teams, and they were scary. You did not want to play those Mizzou teams, and I don't feel that way about this team. I think there's some talent. I like the way they're recruiting. I'm not sure I trust Drinkwitz. I go back and forth on him, and I just really don't like the defense this year.
He recruits, man. He
He
does
does.
recruit for being the nerdy looking guy that he is, and like he looks like an absolute nerd. He can really recruit. Like you mentioned, like bringing in Luther Burden, like that's big. But
It's
the
huge.
quarterback that they got from Georgia, it was Horn.
Yeah, Sam Horn.
He's a ball player. Like he's going to be really good and probably their quarterback of the future. But yeah, you mentioned it. They do have to recruit on defense too. And like they're kind of, I think Missouri is in some ways like they're like a poor man's Tennessee a little bit. Like we kind of have like the nerdy head coach and we're going to try to have a really good offense, not really play defense that much. It's just they're not that great at offense either. So
yeah,
I'm kind of talking myself back into it. I really need that Kansas State game, don't I?
You do.
I have to have that. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't. Yep. Yeah, I don't feel good about it at all, but we already made a bet.
They did go bowling last year.
They
so
did.
there is that.
They did. Yeah. Somehow, some way. Yeah.